You're about to watch another exciting episode of the Dungeon Run. But did you know that you can actually be part of the adventure? Tune in live on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and you can make your voice heard and help determine the fate of our adventurers. Hope to see you there.
Hello! Welcome to the Dungeon Run, and welcome back for our second episode of our new Call of Cthulhu campaign, Forbidden. Hi, friends!
Hello!
Hey, buddy.
We are so happy to be back together. It has been far too long. We had so much fun with, and no one died in episode 1, right?
Did they not?
No one's dead.
So we thought, hey,
To be determined.
yeah, let's keep going. But in all seriousness, we are so happy to be back after the holidays and the delay that happened with the fires out here in California. We are happy to report that everybody in the TDR family is safe, though a few of us did have to evacuate for a couple days, and some did sadly lose their homes. We've been posting on the Discord about GoFundMes for those who have them, so give those a look and help if you're able to. And thank you so much to those who I've seen donating already. Our friends Kyle and Adriana and many others really, really appreciate the help. But yeah, it's a tough start to this year, friends, and we're so happy to be back here playing games with friends. And that includes all of you. Anyway, I have hung these poor people out on a cliff for the last few weeks, so I want to get right to it. But we have got a little bit of business first. Ron, would you tell these beautiful folks about our sponsors?
Would love to. We're sponsored by Eldritch Foundry. We talk every episode about all the awesome minis you can create and print with them. So many customizations and designs available, you'll flip when you see what's possible. That was my... Yeah.
Are you a voice actor?
Yes.
Who knew?
Ron,
who knew?
Ron, have you thought about doing this? Like, this is good.
Professionally.
For you 3D printers out there, check out their Eldritch Unlimited service, where you can subscribe for as little as $10 a month and get unlimited STLs. Now, if only I could get like zoom in when I said unlimited STLs.
This Sunday.
To print yourself, it's unreal.
Oh, there we go. That's pretty good. Sean on the spot.
You gotta check them out. Go to eldritchfoundry.com and use our discount code TheDungeonRun at checkout to get 20% off. Die Hard Dice is the place to go for the gorgeous dice and accessories. Find out why. They've received over 23,000 5-star reviews for the best dice and customer service in the land. They've got new designs rolling out all the time, including new Braille dice. Available in both metal and acrylic varieties. They're an incredible gift for vision-impaired players. Apologies.
Death.
Take a breath. Gotta protect those pipes.
Or anyone who wants practice reading Braille.
Woo.
Check out at dieharddice.com and don't forget to use our coupon code DungeonRun, all one word, capital D and R, at checkout for a discount on us. Our show is made possible by Patreon. So go to patreon.com/thedungeonrun for all the incredible bonus content. For just $5 a month, you get access to cool behind-the-scenes content, early access to content, and our after-show short rest exclusively to you Patreons. We do one after this show, in fact. At higher levels, you can also get rewards like free interactivity and a spot in our Patreon-exclusive D&D game run by Morgan Peter Brown.
Oh, hi.
Great place. You should go there sometime. New patron shout out. Welcome to new patron Grant Westbrook. Grant Westbrook. And, oh, I love this. Arnichi. Who jumped into the Watcher level. Arnichi.
Thank you, Nietzsche.
God is dead. There's so much more fun to be had.
Whoa.
That's just a thing Nietzsche said. I didn't say I didn't agree.
To be clear.
We're also playing Call of Cthulhu. I thought it fit. I don't know. There's so much more fun to be had. Get over to patreon.com/.
Starting off hot.
Hey, I just teaching a little bit in Cthulhu lands, I guess.
Beautiful.
Over to you, Morgan.
Thank you. Now, for our first episode, we weren't yet able to employ interactivity, but we are an interactive show, and so you knew we weren't going to leave that hanging for too long. So you have the chance to affect our story in unique and surprising ways. Whether you're new here or whether you're not, you can affect the fates of these 4 beautiful characters. We're bringing our familiar brand of interactive chaos over to Forbidden, and let me tell you about what we've got in store. So using our custom Twitch extension or the link you can find in the About section of our Twitch page, or you can just go to streamelements.com/thedungeonrun/tip, and there's 2 ways to help or challenge our players. You can choose to give bonus or penalty die for any player or the keeper. It's just like advantage and disadvantage. If you're less familiar with Call of Cthulhu, it's pretty much a 1-for-1. It is you roll 2 dice, and if you get a bonus die, you take the higher. If you get a penalty die, you take the lower. Now that is only the 10 value. So if you have a bonus die and you get a 73, you can also re-roll the 7, and maybe you get a 23. And penalty die, you take the higher, or tends to be the worse of the 2. Most rolls you want to roll under your score, as we know. The other option, and I will say that in Call of Cthulhu, the keeper rolls a lot less than D&D, so while I always appreciate them, it might take me a little longer to get to them if you like to give the keeper dice. I really appreciate it, but just know that if you're fairly new to Call of Cthulhu. Also, you can gift any player the power of luck. We are giving you the option of adding 10 luck points to any player's stash that they can use to turn a failure into a success. This is big.
Wild.
It will be up to them when to spend them, but I imagine they will be very grateful for the help. In fact, Rachel Seeley, Lorelei has been given 10 luck points by the Dungeon Speedrun.
Wow! Thank you!
Yeah.
I'm gonna need them tonight.
Now I will say
That's what I was about to say. Oh, no.
you cannot spend luck points on sanity rolls.
That's so
Yikes.
I know that.
Just a reminder of the rules.
Oof.
That's an important rule that you cannot use them on sanity rolls, but they are extremely helpful. Now, normally, and tonight what we're going to do, normally is the game offers the players a way to regain luck, and we're going to do that here tonight, though perhaps in later episodes, if you all are offering them quite a lot of help, we won't need to. But we're going to start off, before I go to our credits, we're actually going to do this. We're going to give the 4 players each a chance to gain a little more luck tonight. They might need it, because if you saw episode 1, things got a little hairy. What?
Just a little bit.
Who knows?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Serena, you are muted, my love. Now, to roll to regain luck, your current luck score. So if you spent, I think, Ron, you spent some luck points first episode. You take your current luck score, you roll a D100. If you beat it, if you roll over it, you get to roll a D10 and add the value of that D10 to your luck score.
Ooh.
So everybody start, we're going to do it right now.
Oh,
so
cool.
Serena, what's your current luck score at?
My current luck score is 50.
50. Okay, nice. We got a 50-50 shot. So roll a D100.
Okay.
And if you beat it, you get to add some luck to that.
I do not beat it. I rolled a 39.
39 under 50. So no extra luck for you, but 50 points.
Oh, wait, so it's backwards?
Yeah.
It's
Did a normal
backwards for
roll?
this.
Got it.
It's
Cool.
like an education check. It's like an education improvement or a skill improvement check.
Got it.
Let's see, Rachel.
Mine is 40, so I rolled a 50 straight.
Hey, okay, beautiful.
Nice.
Okay.
Congratulations.
So now roll a D10 and add that to your score.
I got a 9.
Hey,
Oh,
nice.
very
49. Is that before Dungeon Speedrun's 10?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, and you get to add Dungeon Speedrun 10 luck points on top of that.
For 59.
59.
Pretty nice. I'll take it.
Ron, where are you at tonight with your luck?
I'm at, and literally my luck is 59.
Okay,
Hey.
perfect. All right,
We match.
roll that D hundo.
28.
28. Okay, you get to roll the D10 and add that to your 59.
know.
I missed it.
Oh, you're
missed
right.
it.
I'm forgetting my own rules.
Okay.
I'm so scared. The dungeon master now.
Sorry. I failed my
I
sanity
mean, I'll
roll.
take him.
Lexi,
Gosh,
what is
okay,
your
let's
luck
do
score
it.
at?
My luck score is 65.
Nice. All right. Well, less likely then.
Oh, okay, let's make it happen. Oh, I'm dropping dice. Okay, that's it. Damn, that's 61.
61. So
I
no
was
extra
up by
luck for
4.
you.
Yeah, that's
65 though, not bad.
okay. It's not bad. No.
Okay.
You might have the
So
highest right now. of all of
Yeah, I think I do.
so there is where our characters begin. But we're gonna see what happens to them after this. Sean, take us into the Forbidden. When last we met, we were drawn into the lives of 4 souls on a mission they were woefully unprepared for. Our story began in the skyscrapers of New York City, in the offices of one Bennett Kirschbaum Esquire, one of the most powerful attorneys in the city. His client, the wealthy and acclaimed publisher Arthur Macmillan, has been missing for the last month or so in the Scottish lowlands. Last seen on the property of his soon-to-be remodeled golf course, Thistledown Golf Club, he'd retired there recently along with his wife Crystal and had taken up the golf club as a project of sorts. But the remodel had been slowed by workers complaining of strange conditions and illnesses, even charges that it was haunted. Then on a fateful day in November 1922, what did I say?
2022?
2022? Boy, that was weird. Arthur walked into the club himself to investigate and never walked out. Is he alive or dead? Was he murdered by a skulking criminal perhaps, or was it something supernatural? Charged with finding him, we met the unlikely trio of Lorelei, Diarmuid, and Charlotte. Strangers to each other, but all of them experts in their own field of study and expertise. On a lengthy journey across the Atlantic, Diarmuid was witness to a strange incident where Lorelei stood frozen, staring out a window at the icy North Atlantic, as if she had seen something that startled her. "Do you see it?" she asked. But all he saw was fogged over glass in the dark waters beyond. Upon arriving in Dundee, just north of Edinburgh, they were greeted by the 4th member of their troupe, Eden Danforth, a towering and trustworthy outdoors woman familiar with the local flora and fauna. And together they were supposed to drive to Crowwood Hall, the manor house now owned by the Macmillans, where Arthur's wife Crystal and their servants were expecting them. But Diarmuid had other ideas. I mean...
Not unfair.
What's your idea?
Yeah, but they were good ideas, though.
They were good ideas until
Thank you.
the end.
Until they weren't. Sorry,
Why
I
not-
didn't mean to interrupt.
Why not go straight to Thistledown, the supposed scene of the supposed crime? Why announce your arrival before beginning your investigation? Why not aim to catch the perpetrators by surprise rather than do what's expected of you? It all made too much sense. So on the cold, cold evening of December 24th, 1922, by the dim light of their headlights and a near quarter moon offering little illumination to assuage their anxieties, the four of them arrived at the gates of the Thistledown Golf Club. They found Macmillan's abandoned car, though it contained nothing of seeming import. No lights were visible inside the club, but Lorelei was alerted to a pop-pop-pop sound, like soft firecrackers or radio white noise coming from the fairways nearby. And when she took a walk onto the course, she observed something strange. Motes of light, almost like a bevy of flashlights. But then they would move and dance in the darkness, then disappear. Most importantly, perhaps upon further inspection, the group observed subtle movement in the windows of the club. A drape shifting upstairs, a shadow moving near the back. While Eden went to the front door to knock and possibly awake anyone within, Diarmuid, Lorelei, and Charlotte went to the rear service entrance. While Eden's heavy knock surely must have been heard within, no answer followed. But the other trio had a little more luck. When Diarmuid was able to skillfully lockpick his way inside, where they found a frigidly cold atmosphere in the service basement of the club. No tracks were visible, no signs of life, but an electric humming sound could be heard. Terrified to tread too deeply into the strange dark club, Lorelei and Diarmuid gingerly stepped inside while Charlotte fled back to Eden to update them. That seems fair.
Sure. Fled or was a problem solver.
Absolutely.
And went for help.
Very practical. No shame there.
None at all.
Okay. Finding a boiler room off to one side filled with pipes and cold machinery, Lorelei moved towards the furnace when something unexplained occurred. Diarmuid, you heard this sound, like radio static or white noise behind you as you investigated the boiler room. And as you turned, you saw Lorelei facing the north wall, and that noise intensified, and a flash made you shield your eyes. But in the glare, it looked almost like the world in front of you was a film reel left too long under the lamp, and for a split second, the air in front of Lorelei cracked and split open. And something indescribable, something humanoid, and yet insect-like. Something with a torso much too thin and arms much too long. Silvery, translucent claws reached through this hole in the world and simply plucked your friend out of existence, leaving you standing alone in the frigid boiler room, your breath visible in shaky puffs in front of you. The only evidence of what you just saw, a few tiny motes of dancing lights drifting down. You are muted.
I said, fuck.
Yeah.
Ron?
Yeah.
Not because of what you just said.
No. I understand.
But I'm going to need you to start our session with a sanity roll.
It is because
I mean,
of
the
what
way
you
you described that, I mean, the only response that
Gosh.
makes any sense for an old military man.
Gosh.
Now, I will say, you have a bonus die
Oh, great.
from
Where's that
Dungeon
come from?
Speedrun. From Dungeon.
Thanks, Dungeon Speedrun.
Nice.
I appreciate you.
I will say, I'll remind folks, we had some leftover advantages and disadvantages from Lest We Forget, and I believe that one went to a random player, and Ron was our random winner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so what am I rolling here?
You're
Three
rolling
D10s?
Yes, you are rolling. No, 2 D10s. Oh, yes, number 3 D10s. Yes, D100 and then an extra D10.
Right. And then take the
You're rolling the D100 with the 10 value and the 1 value, yes?
Yes. Okay, here we go. What do I need to beat?
What's your sanity?
How's this work? Yeah, I don't know how these work. I don't know how this roll works.
What's your sanity roll? What's
It's
your
under
sanity score?
characteristics at the top.
70.
Yep. Okay.
I'm
What'd you roll?
very sane, I think.
Okay.
I rolled either a 61 or an 81.
Uh-oh.
So we want to be lower sanity or
You
higher?
want to be lower than now.
Okay, so
most
61.
normal rolls are you need to be below.
Yeah. So 61 would be the roll there.
So you understand this theory.
That's
Which is not always good, right? Not always
that's the
good.
thing. You are
Yeah.
not going to suffer any sanity damage,
Yeah. But
you are very aware of what you just saw. You're wiping cold sweat from your brow. Your eyes are darting around the small room. That electric hum is still ringing in your ears.
Charlotte! What? I don't. What? Where are you? Where did you go? Lorelei! Where are you? I need help in here! Quickly, someone help me! Help!
Do we hear them?
Charlotte Needon, roll me a listen roll.
Okay.
You're at the front of the building, but
Yes.
I'll just need a simple success from either of you.
Okay.
Because I went to go get an adult, and so I hope that we are going to come back.
15 under 50.
Nice.
Nice.
You definitely hear it.
Missed.
Okay. Charlotte, you are too distracted by the dark windows looking down at you. They feel like eyes peering down into your soul in the front of this very strange, imposing building. But Eden, as you're standing there, you've gotten a little more used to the silence. So Diarmuid's voice breaking through, calling for Charlotte, calling for help. You hear it very clearly.
What's going on down there? We've got to go. And I think she just like cocks the rifle and starts running.
Yeah, I'm going to run with.
Yeah.
Okay. The two of you are running towards the back. You're huffing and puffing in the bitingly cold night of Scotland in December. Your feet are bouncing easily off the well-manicured lawn of the Thistledown Golf Club. You don't see anything strange. It looks as quiet as it did, but you're able to tell that perhaps it came from that door in the back where you had just come from, Charlotte. So there's no sign of movement as far as you can see.
We have to tread lightly. I don't know what they found in there, but something terrible's in there.
That's funny you put it that way. I need both of you to make a dexterity roll for me.
No.
It's funny that I put it that way. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it is funny.
So funny.
Oh, crap. I keep dropping dice.
I rolled a 79 under 75, and I'm going to use 4 luck to make it.
To make a simple success. Okay,
Simple
great.
success, yep.
And I've got a 24 under 65.
Okay,
So-
got it. No, thank you. Charlotte, you are running. You're both like, kind of scanning around, like panicked looking around, but running towards where you'd come from. And as you quickly look to your right, wham! The wind is knocked out of you and you land on your butt on the soft grass.
Oh my god.
You don't take any physical damage. But you reach up and you hold your smarting cheek like you just took a punch or ran into a wall. But there's nothing you can see in front of you. Eden is already running past you, undeterred, as if she hadn't noticed for a moment.
Wait. There's a barrier.
What? What do you mean?
And you turn around and you just see her on the grass.
I'm going to approach the wall again.
Okay.
This time slower, and I put my hands out to see if I can feel something blocking my path.
You reach your hand out and you do feel it first as if it's like a strong wind against your hand, but there is very clearly something pushing back that's completely invisible. And it as if there is a wall where you see nothing. I need you to make a sanity roll.
Oh, my girl doesn't have good sanity. Oh, but I succeed now. That's fun. Yeah, I succeed.
Okay, great. You take no damage.
Good.
But you were able to feel along it. And Eden, you make your way back, and you know, I assume you just sort of approach. You start to approach a little slower, like not even sure what the heck she's doing.
The second that I see her hands like stop on something, do I see that?
You do see her hands stop. You don't see what she seems to be touching.
I'm going to walk up to it with the butt of my gun and just slam on whatever this wall is.
Oh my goodness.
Sure. It's very strange because as you sort of reach and you probably take one swing and then another, like not even sure what you're trying to hit.
Yeah.
And Charlotte, as you're reaching your hands across your left hand, you find the edge.
I see.
Where it ends. And the two of you were running right alongside each other. So it's as if it's why you find why Eden was able to run past and why you weren't. It is as if there is an invisible wall just dropped here in the middle of the golf course.
Oh, Eden.
What is this?
Eden, things are worse than I thought. I thought it was going to be a simple murder. Actually, I figured it wouldn't be, but I was hoping it would be, honestly.
I will say I knew it wasn't going to be simple. And she'll grab your hand from around and just start running.
No, we should caution. I'm going to keep my hand out to try to follow the walls.
Yeah, looking for any,
Yes.
The two of you are kind of weirdly running,
Yes.
and Diarmuid,
Yes.
and you're able to safely make it back around the back of the club and find the rear service entrance where you had previously entered.
Yeah.
Diarmuid, how do they find you?
You find Diarmuid, his gun out of his hand on the floor in front of him. He's clutching what looks like a wooden bear in his hands. He is on his knees in front of the boiler, and you just hear him saying, "Grant, O great spirit, thy protection, and in protection strength, and in strength understanding, and in understanding knowledge, and in knowledge the knowledge of justice, and in the knowledge of justice the love of it, and in the love of all existence, and in the love of all existence the love of great spirit, and all goodness. Grant, O great spirit, thy protection, and in protection strength, and in strength understanding, and understanding." He picks up his gun, drops the bear, and what? Oh, what? Oh. Then he drops the gun again. Oh.
What happened?
She's
did you see?
And the two of you, there is no sign of Lorelei.
It is this weird moment because Charlotte is a doctor.
Yes.
And so as somebody who has been incredibly high strung this entire time and seeing somebody who needs help.
Yes.
It's like she finds herself and approaches with the most delicate of bedside manner to Diarmuid.
Diarmuid, you do feel, as you were holding this wooden bear, you feel it, you felt it, you've dropped it now, but you felt it warm in your hands. And you don't know if it had just because it had been in your pocket close to your body, but you felt it warm, and you felt it when your mind was fighting to reject what you just saw. This object, this reminder, this totem, whatever you want to call it, was warm, and it aided you. Thank you, Dungeon Speedrun.
Diarmuid.
Sort of jumps on the bear again and wipes his eyes. Yes, sorry.
No apologies. What you've experienced, no matter what it is. And I kind of crouch down to him and I put my hand very tenderly on near him because I don't know if he wants to be touched. I say, whatever you experienced, whatever you saw, Diarmuid, I believe you. I believe you. The world is vast and endless and scary. There are things out there that we cannot describe. Our minds aren't meant to, but I believe you. So, tell me, where is Lorelei?
Diarmuid looks you straight in the eyes, and you can see he's clear. His eyes are clear. He's focused, and he says, "I've only experienced what I just experienced once before in my life, and that was during the war. I can only explain to you exactly as I saw it. The lights, there was a flashing.
I see.
We came in, there was a humming, you hear it now. We found that humming, it was cold in here, colder than even outside. And she went in. Curious as curious could be, I appreciated that about her. And as she walked in and got near that thing right there, and he points to the boiler, it's as if the world melted and the lights flashed and I saw a claw, an insectoid-like claw, almost like a grasshopper, but longer, just pulled her out of existence. I'm a man of science and logic. I'm educated. I know of the occult. I understand things that most people would never dream to understand or believe. I'm still informed. There must be another pocket or other world that we are not able to see, that exists somewhere. She was taken, and I'm not crazy.
I don't think you are. I don't. Believe me, I have several degrees. It's not a brag, it's just what's true.
I understood.
So, let's carefully see what can be seen in this room.
Eden, you're standing over top of these as Charlotte is kneeling down and talking to Diarmuid. Your eyes are scanning this room. As he said, it is oddly cold in here, colder than even outside. It's as if, as I said before, it's as if you're in a meat locker, but there's no sides of meat. There's no food or any signs of, there's no even any refrigeration, no signs of that. It's just very cold. And there is that telltale, odd, underlying electric hum, but there is no sign of Lorelei. There is a furnace. There are a lot of pipes that seem to attach to sending hot and cold water all over the place that stretch up into the ceiling.
Morgan, are there sorry to interrupt. Are there footprints that she left behind in this room?
Lorelei? As I said before, so here it is packed earth floor. Right. And since it is so cold, there is a slight layer of frost. So your feet might not sink deeply into the earth. However, if you stand in one place and frost long enough, the frost will melt. So I would say quickly, while it's almost starting to freeze over again, you are able to point over, and sure enough, as he's pointing to the smallish size shoes that look Lorelei sized. And Charlotte, you saw her standing there mere moments before.
Yes.
You can, if you like, again with Call of Cthulhu, if you like, psychology rolls tend to take the place of what we call insight checks in D&D. So if you ever want to roll how you're feeling or believing somebody, if you would ever like to specifically roll for that, you may. but coming from Diarmuid in this very
Yes.
emotional state, I'll leave that to you.
Based on the things that Charlotte has experienced and seen,
Yeah.
and she believes Diarmuid implicitly. Like when she says, "I believe you," you know that it is true. And you also see like this weird like clarity in her eyes that you haven't experienced because she's a recluse. Like she's like like in her thoughts all the time, but she's very present in this moment. And I would love to, if I may, roll a spot hidden to see if there's anything in this room that leads to how she was taken.
Sure, Eden, if you would like to roll one as well, I'll allow you both a new roll of that.
Yeah.
And Diarmuid, towards what Surena was saying, Charlotte has been the shakiest of the four of you up to this point, and there is something quite comforting and a little surprising in how centered and how stolid she is in this moment.
23 over 10.
Ooh, okay, I feel you.
That is a regular success.
Nice.
I would like to rack my brain on the occult on what this might, in assistance with them, what this might mean or be.
Sure. Okay. Try me in a cold roll. Charlotte,
Yes.
with your regular success. You again see everything that I had just said. You see that the boiler or the furnace is not turned on, should be obvious. It's very cold down here, oddly cold, as I said, but nothing looks broken or out of place. And even as you're looking down and you do once again see these footsteps that are already almost fully disappeared at this point by the ice or the small layer of frost or the little bits of icicles that are growing over where her feet were moments ago. You do see again you hear that electric humming noise. And as I told Lorelei last time, you're able to see that you're surrounded by 4 stone walls. And with a little bit of inspection, you're able to tell that the north wall is it's whitewashed, as if it's a little newer or a little more recently restored, because you're able to realize where you are. The outside, the back left corners, this is the corner of the building, but the north wall seems to be an interior wall, and it does look a little newer. But it's still stone, I will say.
Yes. This wall is weird. This wall is different than the other walls.
I will remind you, there was another door when you first entered from the service room. This is the kind of the dead end to the right. And then there was another door that nobody went into to the left.
Yeah.
Just to remind you of the geography.
Eden is not dubious, but I think that, like you said, she's stone-faced in the face of what's going on, because she has to be. There's only so much nonsense that she can accept, and this is nonsense. This is not supposed to happen. She has had experiences where things like this have happened, and denying it and continuing to move forward has worked really well for her. And I think that she looks at everyone and says, "Listen, I don't know any about what you're doing here. Any of this the walls and the doors and the whatever, dropping your gun. I don't know what's going on with this boiler room, but we're supposed to be home. We were supposed to be home. Maybe that's where she is. I don't know how. I don't know why, but maybe she's there."
This just proves to me that we did the right thing. Clearly, there's something going on here.
This is the right thing to you. This was the right way.
not the circumstances of what's gone down, but clearly there's something wrong here, which is why we were sent here. So clearly I was right. I just unawares. I did not know what I was facing or what we were dealing with. I did not expect invisible creatures to come out of nowhere and snatch my brand new best friends out of thin air.
Because we were careless, right?
Because we were meant to go home before we came here.
The thing is, currently, Lorelei is gone. She's not here. We need to find out where she is, right?
No. On that note, sorry, 1 second.
Yes.
Morgan, 15
Your occult roll, yes.
Occult roll, 15 occult roll. Just only because it's related to what she's saying.
Under what?
25.
Okay, got it. So a regular success. Okay. With a successful occult roll, you would have heard that cold temperatures and temperature changes, cold spots, can sometimes been reported in areas of strange phenomena. Now, normally, if you have heard of a ghost story here or there, it's normally described as a cold breeze or a spot in a room that should be warm. You're standing in a room, in a house, in an entire clubhouse that seems at this moment where you are to be quite cold everywhere. With that and what you have seen in front of you, there are tales of other realms, other places. Some are given names, some try to be given names, but most of it's dismissed. As you say, you're a man of science. But an explanation for an arm reaching out of the air and disappearing. And what you saw where that air, the sky, the air in front of you seemed to split open and then close again, feels reminiscent of that. That's what I'll give you with a regular occult success.
Okay.
You said invisible, and what seems to be clear with you is it seemed more like something was reaching from somewhere else rather than appearing and disappearing.
Your friend is gone. Where do we look?
I only... Have you ever heard of the other world? Or fairy forts?
Fairy forts? No.
No, never.
Have you heard of the Aishi?
No.
If you haven't heard of the other world, you probably haven't heard of the Aishi. So, look, I'm reaching here. Again, I'm a man of science. I don't know where to look for someone if they're in another world. So, in my homeland, fairies, they have locations where it's easier to get from the other world where they live to here. There are beings there. The Aishi, they're elves-ish, but they can be quite, what's the word I'm looking for? Tricksy, but malevolent. It can be quite malevolent. I cannot believe that I'm about to say these words out loud, but she might literally be right here. Just there.
Oh my god.
Charlotte,
Yes?
with your successful spot hidden that happened earlier, as Diarmuid is up and I imagine you pacing as you're sort of describing this thing that doesn't make any
I'm
sense.
also
to you.
rubbing the bear.
Yes, this knowledge that you had that you would that seemed like children's fairy tales. Charlotte, you see motes of light start to appear inside the room, drifting down. Diarmuid doesn't even seem to notice them at first. And then you all hear, but much closer now, that telltale static like invisible firecrackers. Pop, 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 pop. And your eyes are all drawn to near the same spot as it seems the air seems to shimmer and grow brighter in front of your eyes. Suddenly, impossibly, the air is parted like a page in a book. And there's a heavy thud as one large foot steps out of the rift.
No.
And
Bang, 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 bang. Pick up the gun. Bang, 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 bang.
And I'm going to hold you three right there for a moment.
Yeah.
And
Don't
I would
shoot
like
me!
Don't
I would
shoot
like-
Lorelei.
I would like to invite Rachel to a secret room.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So, did you think I was going to leave secret rooms out of Forbidden, everybody? No. So, Surena, Lexi, and Ron, please take off your headphones for a moment. And Rachel, join me in the secret room.
Bye!
Lorelei. The world flashes white behind your eyes, and you feel yourself pulled violently through an opening you can't see. Immediately, your ears are filled with pressure like you're suddenly deep underwater. It's difficult to hear, but there's a sound like a surging river or wind. You feel nauseous as you're tossed about by something. You're almost afraid to open your eyes, but you do. The world around you is a dark and murky shade of green. Soft ripples in the air here and there around you. You're in the boiler room, but it's like you're viewing the world from the bottom of a pond. You see the stone walls and the wooden beams. How are you still in the boiler room? Only now, impossibly, you can see beyond. Beyond the walls. The walls hold their shape, but now you can see through them, past them, and outside to the golf course. The hills stretching off and beyond. From here, you even think you can see Crowwood Hall in the distance. But any further than that, it simply feels like you're just looking into an abyss. In this moment of disorientation and everything, and you're not even sure, I need you to roll a spot hidden.
Okay.
I will say, you have a bonus die
I do?
from Idaho Judd.
Thank you, Idaho Judd. That's a 33 under a 60.
Under a 60. Okay, great. That is a regular success. Great. You catch sight of a man. Someone you don't recognize. A deeply furrowed brow and light blonde hair tied back in a ponytail. Hunched over something. You see his hands in front of him. It looks like he's spelling or figuring out an invisible equation in the clouds of mist around him. His lips are moving in a hectic chatter as he tries to read back his writings before the clouds disperse and lose their shape.
Hello?
His head turns to you and his eyes go wide, reaching out. But it's far too late. You can't inspect any further as you feel the heavy grip of something long and tenebrous come down hard on your upper arm, claws piercing your skin. This thing that has you. You turn back towards it. You see no face, no eyes, only a long and hideously distended torso. And from its head, two long and undulating growths like an insect's antenna, but fleshier and bone white as the skin of this abomination. And it grabs you. And with another stomach-reeling lurch, you feel yourself yanked in another direction. You hear the voice of this man, as his voice seems to cut through and then be gone. You are pulled, thrown. It's hard to tell. This heavy rippling air around you flies by in a blur, and you bring your arms up to your face to protect yourself as you feel yourself flying through walls and stone and beams and furniture. It's all just strange rooms and items in the murk around you, flying by at impossible speeds. Golf bags, lockers, leather chairs, a chalkboard. And suddenly this hurtling sensation you felt is gone, and the sound in your ears ceases with a... And you feel yourself thrown against a wall and landing hard on the wooden floor with a thud. It's dark. You feel the world around you again. You feel the hard floor, a different floor, a wooden floor beneath you, and a wall to your side. You take 2 points of physical damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to need you to make a sanity roll.
Okay. Do I have access to my purse?
Yes.
I'm going to take out my little pistol. No, wait, for sanity, that's good. I got a 98.
No, that's bad.
No? Never mind. I take it back. That's very bad. All right. Well, it is what it is.
98.
Yes, sir.
Okie dokie. You take 2 points of sanity damage.
Okay.
That is a very low roll for what you could have had.
Okay.
You are injured. You look and your arm is like there's a little bit of blood starting to pierce, like starting to bleed through your blouse. Where you felt that thing grab you. And you already feel the bruises that are going to be there on your ribs tomorrow. As you were just seemingly thrown through space.
Morgan.
Yes.
Can I recall when I was in the boiler room, but I could see through the walls?
Mm-hmm.
That north wall.
Mm-hmm.
What was beyond it?
It was in that direction that you saw that man.
On the other side of the wall. Was it just a small room?
It was the same width of the boiler room. Roll me a spot hidden.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
That's a new roll.
Okay, that's a 52 under 60.
Okay, with a 52 under 60, you were able to see some... You were able to see past it and you were able to see some equipment, a table, something metal, something blocky looking, unfamiliar, but some sort of machinery that you do not recognize and doesn't look like it belongs there. And it was there that you saw this blonde, ponytailed man drawing shapes and equations in the mist. It was you get the sense there was more, but it wasn't long. You were awfully distracted, and you saw, and your eyes were very much drawn to this moving, living, seeming person before you were yanked.
And I didn't see my other companions at all?
No.
Okay.
But now you are in this room.
Does it feel like I am in the physical world, or am I still in the... Okay.
It does. You are feeling, this feels different. That sound of the rushing wind or river or whatever it was in your ears is gone. It's pitch black. But off to one side, you can see a small bit of light. Is that the moon? Through a window.
Do I have a lighter in my purse?
I'll say so.
Yeah? Okay, I would say it's probably Waleed's.
Sure.
He was probably a bit of a tobacco smoker, and when he disappeared, it was just one of those things. It's very intricately carved, little silver Zippo, but it's very worn down where his thumb would rub on it, and it was a gift from her on one of their wedding anniversaries, and it has their initials in it.
Love that. If it was a very special, like specific item, I might make you roll a luck to see if you have it, but that feels like something you would have on you. That doesn't feel out of the ordinary.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna use the lighter, flick it on, and see what I can see where I've been dropped, basically.
Your eyes take a moment to adjust as it almost takes you a moment or two. And you do notice, by the way, it's less cold here. That icy, like you can't see your breath anymore. It's not warm necessarily, but it's not frigid. And the tinder strikes, and you hold your lighter up in front of you, and you're able to see that you're in a room. Not a super large room. You see the shadows of a small table and a few chairs. You see a door on the other side of the room from you, a door that seems to be the only door in the room. And sure enough, you are able to, that there is a glass window to one side, to the left side. That seems to, from where you are on the floor, you're just looking up and you can see the sky. You can see stars and the moon.
If I get up and go to the window, do I see the golf course?
You step up and you look out, and you see, even though you're immediately able to tell you are on the second floor, and you do see the golf course.
Am I in the window where I saw movement earlier?
No.
Okay.
Not far.
Okay. If I were to try and find that window where I saw movement, she's just, even injured, even injured, she's going to try and just kind of stumble around.
Sure. You think that would be, you're trying to remember and you're trying to place yourself. It's hard to tell. Possibly to the right. It was closer to the front of the building.
Okay.
So it's you get the sense that possibly to the right. But there's a smell in here. Not awful, it's just a very human smell, like a little sickly sweet, like rotten apples. And you look around as your nose catches the smell, almost expecting something else to be here again. But for the moment, you are alone.
Ooh, I don't like that.
You do see, as you're swinging the lighter around, On the opposite side of the room from where you are, opposite from the window, there is a large blackboard. For the most part, it's empty.
Uh-huh.
You see a crossed-out game of tic-tac-toe in the bottom left corner, and a box of chalk sticks on the ground beneath it. There seems to be that makeshift table and chairs that you're able to... And if you look around the room, you find a trash can, indeed, with what looks like old lunch.
If I go to the chalkboard, is there a back to it? Is it one of those where you can flip it around and have both sides that you can write on? No.
It's mounted on the wall.
Okay. Concerned about the source of the smell, I think she would reluctantly look around and see if she's kind of expecting there to be like a body in the wardrobe or under the bed.
Sure. You're looking around, and you very quickly or very softly peeking around chairs and tables and not finding anything. And again, this isn't a large room, so you're pretty quickly able to assuage those fears that there isn't a nasty surprise waiting in here for you. You do find a light switch next to the door, and the one door that leads out. But besides the table and chairs and the blackboard, that is it.
Okay. If I feel like I've explored this room pretty thoroughly, she'll go to the door and try and head out through it.
You step towards the door and your hand touches the handle, and as you do, behind you, enough to make you jump out of your skin, there is a loud boom, boom, boom from right behind you. Like a flock of finches just ran into a glass door in unison. You turn around and you look towards the window, and there's nothing. But as you turn, your lighter swung out in front of you. You can't help but gasp as you see now on the chalkboard, where it had been empty merely seconds before, almost the entire surface is now covered in drawings.
What kind?
One drawing, to be specific, repeated over and over and over. Arrows pointing down. Dozens of them.
Whoever you are, can you communicate better? Where am I supposed to be going?
You stand there, feeling... I mean, this is odd even for you.
Yeah.
Talking to no one. And you are looking towards the blackboard and you see nothing seems to move now. But your mind goes back to that voice that seemed to cut through the rushing wall of sound as you were yanked away. And you hear... Fragments. Or cries.
Ooh.
Just as if they're piercing through layers and layers and layers of what you can't be sure, but before they make it to your ears.
I can't understand you. I'm sorry. Down. I'll go down. blonde man, I'm going downstairs. Okay? If you can, I'm assuming it's you. I'm talking to a chalkboard. There's literally no one here. If you can give me clues, guide me. I'll try to follow you as best as I can. Gonna go out the door. Do not scare me again, please. She waits a beat and then goes back to the door to go to open it.
You do. And you touch it again as if waiting for another sign, but nothing happens. This is the only door after all. But you open the door into a room. It looks to be an office. You see what seems to be a small desk sitting against a larger wall. I'm sorry, against the south wall, and then a larger desk standing kind of free out in the room, a little bit away from the west wall. And you are entering from the west side. I'm sorry, from the east side. Okay. Everything seems to be covered, unfortunately, in painter's drop cloths.
Oh, great!
Each desk has high-backed leather chairs, but they are also covered with drop cloths. The walls, it's dark, and you're holding this out in front of you, so you're trying to learn everything.
Yeah.
From when you enter this room, you look... One second. You look to your right. Mm-hmm. And you see another door. Mm-hmm. It's on the same wall. But you know it would go past the wall of this room that you were just in. So you just came through what would have been the right door on this wall. But in between you, there is a plaque with 3 switches on it. A brass plaque.
Just
seems to be light switches, possibly.
Light switches. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, she's probably gonna go over and start flicking one of them.
Okay. You do. You flick one, and the lights turn on in this room. You flick them on. You flick on others. On all 3, or just the one?
Yeah, all 3.
Okay, you flick on all 3. And you don't know. It's hard to tell, but they don't add any other lights in this room, and you don't know it. Well, you might have turned on a light somewhere else, but you're unsure.
Okay. She'll take a glance around the room, see if there's anything that sticks out at all.
Okay. The 2 desks and some chairs.
Yeah.
It does seem to be the office of the golf club.
Mm-hmm. Is there any bookshelves or personal items? Any personal touch at all?
Do you actually go through the drawers, or are you just kind of checking around?
Yeah, I think she would. She's nosy. She would do that. But quickly. I think she has a sense of haste.
Sure. You're now in this lighted room, and you are able to look out the windows now onto the night, onto the golf course at night, and you can tell that you're in the corner of this golf club, standing in this office. You almost feel like you're a kid who's somewhere they shouldn't be. Mm-hmm. You go over quickly to the small desk, and you're kind of rifling through things, pulling open drawers. All of the drawers in the smaller desk seem to be empty, but you do find in the bottom right-hand drawer an empty cigarette packet. If you check, so if you're looking for personal amenities or anything like signs of life, you're able to find that.
Yeah. Okay, well.
The large desk has a long drawer underneath the main section that is locked.
Of course.
But you're able to find some blank paper, some bottles of ink, pens, pencils, erasers.
Okay.
Stationery, and a large box filled with golf scoring cards in the drawers of the large desk.
I think she'll pocket a piece of paper and a pencil just in case, and then she's gonna turn the lights out in this room, make a note where it is, and then peace out.
Okay.
Because she can't pick a lock, but she knows someone who can.
Got it. You make your way through the left door, and what you find is a bar. Like an unfinished bar of a golf club.
Okay.
There's a tin of wood polish sitting on top of the bar besides a soft brush. The shelves are all empty. There's not really anything. It's looking a bit dusty, untended. As you know, there hasn't been any work done here for the last month or so. But you just sort of find this, and you can sort of tell it kind of looks like the in-between room between the office, like a vestibule between the office and now directly ahead of you, there's another door. And then to the left, there are two sliding wooden doors, like like rolling doors, rolling wooden doors that are closed currently.
Okay, I'm assuming those would go out into a foyer of some kind. Mm-hmm. She'll go to the door opposite her, the smaller one, single one.
Okay. You step your way through, and you find just a simple vestibule of dedicated wooden shelving, lines the south wall with you already do see some boxes that look like they've got cutlery and glassware in them, but it's empty. You can tell the door opposite you as you enter in is open, and you can see what looks to be a kitchen. But also, again, there is another door on the left side that is also open. And as you step around and peer through, and I will say, by the way, you could tell that the light switches that you turned on seem to turn on the lights in these rooms. But the lights are on in these rooms now.
Okay.
But as you step past the middle door and just kind of stand there looking out where you can see a kitchen on what looks to be a kitchen on one side, you can see like steel top tables and things of that nature. You see something very strange on the other side of the door to your left. A large, it could be a ballroom, or it could be the main room of a restaurant. You know, this is a golf club, you know, people like a country club style thing. It could be either things. It's beautifully detailed wooden floors, about 50 feet wide, more than 25 feet from long from where you stand. You see pillars, 4 pillars, evenly spaced, not all the way in the corners, but sort of, you know, in the 4, like kind of cutting the room into quadrants. In between the pillars, and your eyes blink in disbelief at first as it's dark on the lights aren't on in that room, so you're not even sure what you see. Above the polished dance floor, and centered between these 4 columns, is a host of chairs, tables, toolboxes, drop cloths, paint brushes, another one of those things of polish, everything, bistro tables that seems to have held together as if by gravity, and it is spinning slowly and silently in mid-air off the ground in the middle of this ballroom. It looks like movement at first, and that maybe gives you a moment of panic, and so you jump back, but it is more just, it's as if someone created the strangest model of the sun or a planet, but it's misshapen and strange because it's made of tables and chairs and toolboxes and all this detritus and rubble. floating in the middle of this room, spinning slowly.
Poltergeists. She's gonna pull out her little purse pistol and have her lighter on, and she's going to incredibly cautiously, very slowly, inch into the room to see if perhaps it's all rotating around something, if there's a focal point to the ball of detritus. And she gives a little, blonde man? This is what you wanted me to see? I don't like it.
You're able to see, and you do step through very carefully. And you're able to see, and you don't feel anything strange, but it does seem to be staying between the pillars. Roll a spot hidden.
Okay, I can do that. Ha! It's a 13 below a 60.
Wow, very nice.
These dice are being nice to me tonight.
You're able to tell that you can't quite see the edges, but you watch as this ball seems to, as the invisible borders of the ball seem to bounce slightly off off a barrier that you don't see. And you're able to tell that there is a barrier that you think you can make your way around. And as you're standing in this room, in this large ballroom, you're able to see far off to the left another series of doors. You see one door that just looks like a similar door to the one you came out of, directly to your left, but then in the far corner, and you would probably have to inch your way with that successful spot hidden, like around, following the wall. You can make your way to the far corner, which looks a little bit more like possibly the exit.
Okay.
And you know you're on the second floor, and that's really all you see. This ballroom seems to extend to the far walls on either side.
Okay. I think she's gonna wait a minute, hoping that she's gonna get some kind of guidance from Mystery Blonde Man.
You wait, and your eyes are just almost mesmerized by the sight in front of you. This strange orbiting ball of trash and supplies and whatever. And you called out for assistance. And right now, nothing comes.
Blonde man, modern art is not my thing. So I don't know where to go, and if you don't give me a sign, I'm just going to head to what I think is the exit. So.
You wait another moment, and nothing comes.
Okay. She's going to keep her eye on the floating ball. And head around it to that exit door.
Okay. You press yourself against the wall and follow it past, your eyes staying trained on that as you kind of carefully, and you're fairly sure, and with that successful spot hidden, you're fairly sure you're not coming anywhere near close to the barrier, the border of whatever that thing is. And you are able to find in that far corner, you find a corridor, which you can see now leads past another door, and then you look to see what seems to be a set of stairs which lead down.
Okay, she's gonna just head down. She's trying to find her friends as as quick as possible at this point.
Good. Okay. I am going to take us back to our friends.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, but you are heading down. Down. Okay. Great. Sean, let's call back the rest of the players, shall we? Back in the boiler room. The three of you are pushing back against each other as this space seems to split in front of you. And you are looking at this foot, which has now entered into the room. The silvery pale flesh seems to hang off its skeleton in loose flaps.
Oh.
This horrendous sight. And you see one of those unnaturally long arms next start to come through. Clawed fingers hanging long and dangerous looking. You don't yet see a face, but wherever its thing is coming, it just looks like it's trying to come through. What do the three of you do?
How fast can I fire an automatic?
So this is the thing about rolling initiative in Call of Cthulhu. We use your dexterity score. However, if you happen to have a firearm readied, which I will say that those of you who have one do, because this thing is coming through a little more materially than it did the first time. I will say you were able to, in that moment, draw. If you have a firearm, you get to add 50 to your initiative.
Oh, great.
Because someone running at you cannot beat a speeding bullet. Fair. So, Diarmuid and Eden, I know you both have firearms. I'm not sure if Charlotte does.
I do not. No.
I didn't think so. I just wanted to make sure. But I can definitely say that the two of you, Eden and Diarmuid, in this moment, as you see what's coming, you are able to act.
So initiative score, how do we roll? Is dexterity, you said?
No, it's
Plus
just
50
you don't even have to roll it. We use your dexterity score, and then you add 50 if you're using a firearm.
Got it.
So I think Eden's is higher off the top of my head. And that makes sense. Eden, you're muted. That makes sense if also since she was in a bit more of a solid state than you were.
Yeah. My dexterity is 65. So
Plus
I just
50 is
rolled
115.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. If you would like to, do you have your stats for your rifle there in front of you?
I do not. I have just a brawl situation.
Okay, great. So do you your firearms rifle score or shotgun? It was a rifle, I think we described it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So roll your firearm rifle score. Since this thing is not going to roll to dodge or fight back in this moment because it is trying to come through this rift.
Okay. That's gonna be a 2. Just fully a 2.
Whoa! Wow! Okay.
Wow.
Yes.
Insane.
Eden, you are able to, in this moment, see this leg and this arm and something start to come through, and you've had it with this for the last several moments.
I'm done.
And you watch Diarmuid as he's starting to prep and you see that fear come back over him, and you do not hesitate. And in this small room, it's very loud, but you aim and trigger a shot of your rifle, and it tears into the flesh of this thing's leg. And that's where we're going to go to intermission.
Oh my god!
Just cue that sound clip
Morgan Peter Brown.
of Danny DeVito being like, and so I started blasting.
And so I just started blasting.
Yeah, as soon as he started describing it, I was like, yeah, that's not going to move
You
too far.
said
Before.
large thunk and leg and
Flaps of skin?
yeah.
And pale silvery,
Pale
flappy skin. Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
Yeah, yeah, cool.
Target practice. That's what that is.
It's just a quick appetizer. It's fine.
Gross
not my
myself out right in that
husband.
bit. Oh no. God, I hope not for your sake.
I hope not too, but I'm not in charge of this.
Incredible, my friends. Okay, well, we're going to take a brief intermission, and 3 of us are going to go shooting at whatever the heck this thing is.
I'm so excited.
We will see you back momentarily, friends. Stick with us. I can't believe it. All right.
You fools! You'll never defeat me. Now face the wrath.
Why is he so hot? What?
I think it's just that epic miniature. It's really doing a lot for me, too.
Yeah, maybe. But he's also kinda...
Silence! As I was saying, face the wrath of my metal army, crafted here in my Eldritch Foundry.
Dude, where'd you get all these minis?
I'm subscribed to Eldritch Foundry's Eldritch Unlimited with unlimited STL downloads. Now, can we get back to...
Eldritch Foundry's amazing! I never thought I'd have the perfect mini for my demon-born, half-elemental, catfolk, warlock, bard multi-class with a bunny wizard familiar, but here she is. Thank you so much for printing her.
Yeah. Sure, Jen. No problem. Now face my wrath! You fools! You'll never defeat me. Now face the wrath.
Why is he so hot?
What?
I think it's just that epic miniature. It's really doing a lot for me, too.
Yeah, maybe. But he's also kinda...
Silence! As I was saying, face the wrath of my metal army, crafted here in my eldritch foundry.
Dude, where'd you get all these minis?
I'm subscribed to Eldritch Foundry's Eldritch Unlimited with unlimited STL downloads. Now, can we get back to...
Eldritch Foundry's amazing! I never thought I'd have the perfect mini for my demon-born, half-elemental, cat-folk, warlock, bard multi-class with a bunny wizard familiar, but here she is. Thank you so much for printing her.
Yeah. Sure, Jen. No problem. Now face my wrath!
And we're back. Sorry, friends, we needed an extra moment to catch our breath. I mean, can you blame us?
Wait, did something happen?
Well,
No, nothing happened.
no.
We're so
Everything's
normal right now.
Fine.
I don't know why when monster skin is like bone white, why that always makes me feel a certain way. Like it's
awful.
a thing.
It's
It's awful.
Because it's absence of blood.
As
Skin
someone
is
who
white.
is
It's because
bone
it's
white.
absence of blood.
As
Hello.
someone who is bone white, it's because it's
It really-
unsettling.
For me, I always think of the what is the Predator? No, Alien. The Alien baby.
Yeah.
The Alien baby
Yeah.
from what's
from
the,
Alien,
which movie?
from
Oh gosh.
not
Resurrection?
Resurrection.
Yeah.
The one with Winona Ryder.
That is
Yeah.
always what I think about when monster skin is
Awful.
white, and just like,
thing.
whoa, no thanks.
I think of Lair of the White Worm, but no one gets that reference because it's bad.
Almost like I'm really trying to creep you guys out.
Wow.
Yeah, something like that.
We just want to
Like
grab our
that.
friend and leave.
Yeah.
I would love to leave.
Where's my buddy?
Buddy
Bleeding.
system. She said she wouldn't.
Bleeding out. That's where I am.
No.
What?
Turn of events. We are
Rachel's
shooting.
hitting me now? Oh my gosh.
Fine. We're fine.
Anyway, before we left, Eden, you had pulled off a fantastic shot into this gross, pale white leg. It's not quite elephant size, but it is a large leg that has stepped through out of this crack in the air in front of you, and you don't even know how, but you were able to center yourself and just... So, with your rifle, you get
2d6 plus 4.
2d6 plus 4 damage.
Nice.
She a big
Dang.
girl.
Yeah,
The
she's a
rifle,
big
the
girl.
rifle, not Eden.
Both.
Oh, both are true, and I love that.
Both are
Love a big girl.
true.
Exactly.
Does the rifle have a name?
Agreed.
Ooh.
You can think about that later.
Yeah, I'll think about that. I'll
Person.
think about that.
That's
Yeah.
a good question.
She
Chad, if
definitely
you
has a
have
name.
suggestions for Eden's rifle's name.
Please. Please give them to me. Rad. So I roll now.
Yes, you do.
I got
2d6 plus 4.
7
lot.
plus 4. 11.
Oh. Yeah.
Get him.
Okay.
Do you-
With
Come on,
11
leg. Come on, leg.
Come on.
of damage, you are able to.
Leg. I was like, is that your rifle's name?
Yeah. The third leg.
Leg on leg violence.
Like
Third
Legolas?
leg.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense too. I'm just a nerd. Oh no.
I call her leg. Time to give this leg the boot.
Oh, disadvantage.
Terrible.
Oh my god.
Disadvantage
Gosh.
imposed for pun. It's your penalty.
Your penalty.
I'm the GM. I gotta make puns. It's it's tradition on this show.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. 11 points of damage. So here's the thing. You watch, and this gross, fleshy hovering on this leg, you get the sense as if it would act as a kind of armor, as a kind of, but even so, with this close distance, you are practically like point blank range in this smallish room, and you have a moment as you're watching, and you just nope, and you're all having to hold your ears, and just as the shell tears through the flesh of this, what it's hard to see, like you're not even sure you see a knee joint or what, but you just like pierces through the widest part of this leg and just and seems to go right through and into the ground. And so it blasts a part off.
Is there any blood?
This is
Yeah.
great minds. Great minds think alike, Ron.
Yeah.
It starts to sizzle.
If it bleeds, it can die. That's all I'm saying.
Charlotte,
Yeah, okay.
you're a physician.
I am.
You watch as this thing takes a shot, like a very palpable hit, and you do see almost what seems to be a little bit of flesh tear off it, and you do see a liquid spatter against the ground. It looks viscous. It looks silvery and almost like spilled gasoline on concrete. It's not sizzling. It's not burning the ground, but it is, you do see just a almost semi-translucent liquid hit the ground. And you do, with this hit, Eden, you're satisfied as you feel that you watch the leg shift.
Yeah.
And you're pretty confident it felt that. Diarmuid, what do you do?
Yeah. I have 3 bullets that I can put towards this thing in a short amount of time. I'm using a 38 automatic, which means bang, bang, bang.
Yes. If you take 3 shots in 1 round, you do so at a penalty. However,
and it's progressive, I believe.
Yes. However, you are at point blank range, sir.
So that's fun.
That would normally give you a bonus.
Yeah.
So I am going to make these straight rolls.
Great.
You do not see a torso. You see this leg.
Did the leg?
It did not pull all the way back through yet.
Okay.
But you did see it almost stagger.
Okay.
With this hefty shot.
I'm going to attempt to increase the wounds of Eden's wound. So I'm aiming for where she hit it. My hope is that I can, in some way, make its leg completely unusable in that way. But that's just my quick thought out loud.
I might give you penalty for that if you're really aiming for to go where her shot goes.
I think it's generally in the area. Like I'm aiming at its knee, not specifically, that kind of thing. Like, oh, she hit it in the knee. I'm going to do the same thing.
Yeah, because normally you can, Call of Cthulhu does, 7th edition rules do let you aim for a round. I don't think you're going to take that here.
Okay.
You get the sense there is not.
No.
Yeah, no, you're not waiting.
No. Not waiting for this. Yeah, I don't need to line up a headshot. I just need to get bullets into flesh. That's what I need to do.
Exactly. Yeah, you normally if you choose to aim, you can give up the round. You can give up your fight action to aim and then give yourself a bonus for the next round. But I don't think you're doing that here. Time is of the essence.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So that's
do I look like a floating head wearing a black turtleneck, guys? I'm sorry.
I gave you a non-plus answer.
And now
I'm
in time of
sorry.
sprockets is times to dance, is what I think you're about to do.
Yes.
Time to dance.
It looks like you're going to tell me about Apple products.
I'm a beatnik poet, baby. Sorry, go ahead.
That'd be a 19 under 44.
Whew, that's regular. Oh, that's a hard success.
Hard success.
Yep.
Nice. Okay.
Do you want me to just roll all of them?
Roll all 3 shots, and then we'll see how much damage.
Okay.
Yep.
The second one is a 80.
That's
over
a failure.
44.
Yep.
And third one is 1.
You critted.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Amazing.
I rolled a 1 and a zeros. I use the double zeros for because I only have 2 single digits, so my double zeros is actually my 10th digit. So I rolled a 1 0. So it's a 10. It's a 10.
Yes.
It's a 10. It's a 10.
It's a 10. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I use them backwards. I use the So it's a 10. Not bad.
Okay.
I thought it was a 1.
Okay.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You hit it twice.
Great. Both hard.
Yes. And you poof. Now, hard successes on combat don't change your damage. Crits, which is why I was like, whoa. But you are aiming for this spot, and you are able to see as well as what I said about to Eden, which is this thick, fleshy covering seems to possibly be a kind of armor, but you are aiming for a vulnerable spot that was made by your friend's rifle. So
damage is 15 total.
Wow.
Jeez.
Yeah, I rolled a 9 and an 8 or 7. So not 15, 16. Sorry.
Even better.
Okay.
Oh no, is this bad? Is it bad that I'm
He's coming
alive?
with my little D6 pistol. Hey guys!
Things I didn't expect.
We kill it and it's done.
This,
We go home.
like, you are all in very tight quarters, and Charlotte, you are seeing this horrible sight in front of you, covering your ears as there is just a very fast and furious explosion of light and sound in front of you in this very tight quarters. You watch as this leg seems to be at least partially blown off.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
That's what I mean. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta.
And the arm that was starting to come through, and the air that was shimmering and had seemed to, as I described earlier, break and burst open like celluloid left too long under the lamp. In reverse, it seems to meld back together again.
What else?
And after a moment, with gun smoke,
I'm so sorry.
and the smell of freshly, expelled charges, and the cold air, your breath in front of you, you all stay there for a moment as this thing that was coming through has been stopped. And on the ground in front of you is this horrible fleshy foot leading up to what seems to be maybe part of a calf. And it is covered with that viscous, translucent fluid.
I think Eden takes out a handkerchief immediately and covers her face, covers her nose.
Eden and Charlotte roll a sanity roll.
Oh no. Immediately. Okay, let's hope for the best.
Morgan, do I hear the gunshots?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah? Okay, good. I'm heading there.
Surena, you're muted, dear.
This makes sense for me, what I rolled, because my phobia is severed limbs.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that! Oh no!
This is a very specific niche phobia that I didn't think that
And if you know Charlotte's origin story, it makes a lot of sense.
Oh my gosh.
I rolled a 91. This
Almost
makes sense.
as bad as my 98. We're here together, girl.
98.
What about you, Eden?
46 under 50. So close.
Eden, you don't know what you just saw, but you are a hunter. And what was about to come through not easily could have told would have been a real danger to you and your friends. So there are parts of what you're seeing that feel like old hat, along with plenty of things that make absolutely no sense at all. And you look towards your friend Diarmuid, and you can see the panic still in his eyes, but the two of you share a nod of understanding about what you just saw. Charlotte.
Hmm?
You're going to take 6 points of sanity damage.
Ooh.
This is very important. Because in Call of Cthulhu, if you lose more than 5 points from any one source at a time,
Yep.
you suffer a bout of temporary madness.
Uh-huh.
Now, you are surrounded by friends.
Mm-hmm.
You are in, at least seeming for the moment. Well, no, I won't say you know that you're in safety, but you're not. It is not as bad as it was a moment ago. How do you think a bout of madness manifests for Charlotte?
So, Charlotte is a physician, and I think that a bout of madness for her is a logic spiral. So, you see her, like the color kind of like drains from her as she's staring at the severed limb on the ground. And she says, there was blood, but there wasn't blood, but there has to be, and she's like sorting to back up. But the medical books say that things can't come alive once they are separated from their body, but the medical journal's often wrong because of the things that can happen when a limb is severed from a body. And I am going to run into the other room that we haven't been in.
Backing.
Yeah, I'm backing up.
Almost
I am
tripping and almost, but you were able to like reach behind you and find the door, and you trip and you knock over like rakes and shovels hit the ground and make a clattering noise as you're and backing yourself out of that room.
Mm-hmm.
Eden and Diarmuid, you're watching your friend have this moment of talking to herself. What is she saying? It's not making any sense in this moment, but it's very clearly that she is not taking this well, to say the least.
Yeah.
Diarmuid, I was wrong to doubt you.
It's fine. It happens. You didn't know. You're only using your head. I respect you for it. Right now, we've got a doctor who's not a doctor, and we need a doctor, so we should probably fix the doctor somehow.
What is in the room? And is there anything flammable in this room?
Oh my god. What a question.
Gardening
just asking
equipment,
questions.
gardener's equipment, landscape equipment. Roll me. Boy, this is the strangest luck roll ever.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just gonna say it's really cold in here, Morgan.
Yep.
It's so cold.
Roll me a luck roll. And
Just saying.
Charlotte, you have advantage, or you have a bonus die from Idaho Judd.
Oh no.
Thanks, Idaho Judd. Y'all are lucky. You are lucky. I did not succeed. Well, though, is
Even
it a
with
spot
bonus?
hidden? Oh wait, bonus die.
No, this is a luck roll. So whatever your luck score is, you need to
I got
roll
a
under it.
6.
The whole house is flammable.
Great.
Gosh.
There is a canister of kerosene.
Great.
Oh no.
I understand. Great. And you said I'm in a garden area, right?
It's a gardener's. It's basically a room that you can tell is landscape supplies.
Great.
So hose, rakes, shovels, bags of sod and things of that nature.
Great. Cool. I am going to take the thing of gasoline out, and like a medical professional going into surgery, I burst back into the room and I start dripping the kerosene on the ground around us.
Doctor, we can't do that.
No. This is the only way to get rid of it. This is
No,
the only way to
we
get rid of
can
it. You have
burn
to
it,
use
but
it with
this is
fire.
not-
You have to
Doctor,
use
I
fire
understand.
to get rid of it.
Your friend is still here.
Where is she?
To find.
Then. I
You're
don't see her.
convinced not 5 minutes ago that she was still here.
Because I am in. Go ahead.
Morgan, Diarmuid clearly understands that the sight of this thing is triggering her in some way. So even though it's cold, he takes off his jacket and throws it on top of this thing just to like break the sight of it, hoping that will be some sort of shock to the system and maybe, or at least begin the shock to the system or some way. Especially experience in war, when others had that issue, when they see the consequences of war, sometimes just getting them out of the area or blocking their view of what's going on sometimes can help.
Eden, what are you doing?
I'm standing directly in front of her. I will reach for the kerosene as well. I will just hand on it.
Okay. Eden, this is a maneuver. You're not going to do any damage.
Yeah.
But make an attack roll.
Okay.
And Charlotte, make a dodge roll.
Okay.
This is an opposed roll.
This is just my brawl setup.
Yep.
And this is dodges.
Dodge is a skill.
Yep.
Can I assist Eden in any way here?
I'm going to say this is happening while you're taking your coat off and throwing it, so not on this roll.
Makes sense.
I'm going to go ahead and use luck to do... Who do I want to use luck?
Respect.
I love it.
Mad respect.
Because it's so close. It's just so close. It's usually if it wasn't close, I wouldn't think about using luck. In this case,
when I say bad respect.
I won't use luck because I have another plan.
Oh.
Okay. So what is your roll?
I rolled a 27 over 20.
Okay, so a failure. Eden, what did you roll?
I got an 81 over 25.
Ooh, 2 failures.
Okay. You both fail. But you are the one attempting to make the maneuver, Eden. So the maneuver fails.
Yes.
You are not able. You bring your arms up, and basically the canister. You are not able to knock it from her grasp. But the first splash goes a little awry.
Yeah.
I let it go awry, so I use the momentum to kind of hurl the gas can at this point.
Okay.
I would love to run back into the garden area, grab fertilizer because of the ammonium nitrate, which I just Googled can be used to make a bomb. And that is a garden area. I'm just a medical professional. I am a scientist and I am having a bad day.
Yeah.
I did not expect you to go Oppenheimer.
No.
I didn't either.
Eden, as you come back with the fertilizer.
I'm just holding the fertilizer. Yeah.
I think Eden will take you've thrown the gas canister. I'm going to take it and dump it on myself.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Are you going to do it then? Are you done?
I have to ask Morgan a question.
Oh no.
Yeah.
How long does temporary insanity last?
Okay.
Because if I am Charlotte at this moment, of course, I wouldn't let my friend do that.
Of course.
Yeah.
But you are testing fate to somebody who is temporary insane right now.
Absolutely.
True.
Absolutely.
A short bout of temporary madness basically only lasts. All right, give me 1 sec.
3 days.
I want to make
Right now.
Until the next full moon.
No. Okay. This is in real time, so there are 2 things where bouts of madness can happen when we're not in combat, and every moment matters. But this is real time. 1 second. It lasts 1d10 combat rounds. I just rolled a 5. We are not technically in combat. However, as you are doing this moment and the smell of kerosene and the sight of it dripping down Eden's front
Yep.
And the weight of this bag that you're not a very strong woman,
No,
so you're
I'm
literally struggling to carry this. And you have this moment standing, and the large form of Eden is standing in the doorway. The thing of kerosene still gripped in her hand, the biting stench of it in the air. And you drop the bag.
Okay.
And now I will say, you have underlying insanity for the next 8 hours. Now, what underlying means...
It's there, but it's not in the front.
Correct, and it might make it easier for you to fall into it again.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I will say that I dropped the bag of fertilizer.
And you are
Yeah.
standing across from this woman who has been your comfort, has been your security.
Mm-hmm. I let out this because this room is small, it's cold, it's filled with gunpowder, kerosene, and now fertilizer. It is just an amalgamation of smells and senses, and seeing my friend doused with kerosene, I let out an inhale, and the kerosene kind of burns my throat as I inhale. And Charlotte just bursts into tears. Standing there, not doing anything, is just crying.
Yeah.
Because what else to do when she was so close to lighting everything on fire?
Eden, what do you do?
Let out the biggest breath ever. I think Eden will look over at Diarmuid and just... I think the scene, looking Diarmuid look at this coat thrown over this limb, and not fully understanding anything, but understanding that the one thing that she can offer is that comfort. She's covered in kerosene. I think she'll take her gamekeeper's jacket off, and drape it around Charlotte's shoulders, even though I know it smells bad. But she'll just lean forward and, not even thinking about it, just arm around, offer you an embrace, and just say, "Your friend is still here, I'm sure. And that we are allowed to be afraid, but we can't be afraid separately. We have to be afraid together."
Well, it's just all so much, and I don't know if we have to find Lorelei. You say she's around here. That thing took her. Who's to say that she's not somewhere in the void, and this place is cursed?
I think it's time we leave. At least this room.
I've got a question that might be a little triggering here. That thing, and he points to his jacket. As you look at Diarmuid, you realize with his jacket off, he's wearing what looks like a vest with a white shirt underneath. And on his shoulder is a holster where he has his automatic, and hanging from that looks like a leather-wrapped cherry wood blackjack. And you can see quite clearly, facing front, sort of professionally carved into the wood, it says Shillelagh. And as it sort of knocks him in the knee because his jacket's off and it doesn't keep him, and he sort of pulls it and he pulls up. Using the Shillelagh, he pulls the jacket. You might want to not look at this, Doc. Aiden, we need to figure out what we're doing with this.
I've got a trunk.
Diarmuid, as you look around this, I mean, in addition to everything else that I described in this room, there's canvas, like rolls of canvas or rolls of tarp or things of that nature. There's plenty of material.
Canvas is perfect. Canvas is perfect because it also maintain the blood, which is what we want, which is what I think we really want. So I'll grab one of the things of canvas, sort of pry my jacket off and hope it's not too gross, I'm sure it is. And sort of wrap it around his arm, and then being careful not to get any of the viscera on him, and rolls up the canvas and the severed limb, and we should put this in your trunk, right?
As you go about this grim business of wrapping up the limb, Charlotte, you're probably standing at the door to the outside, just breathing night air again. We're going to jump back to Lorelei. Lorelei, you found this stairwell. And you find it seems to curve around at a 90-degree angle and head immediately down. And it seems to be there are several window panes that look out. And you can tell that you're in the front of the building. And this seems to be heading down to the first floor.
Okay. There was a door connecting. We thought connecting the basement to the rest of the house, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Okay.
From what you could tell, I mean, there was a door that no one went through to the left. I mean, it's hard to tell, but you can maybe put two and two together that yes,
there is a connection. Okay, I'm going to be going around searching doors, trying to find the way down.
And what you saw, I will also say, to just kind of give spatial awareness, what you saw in that gardener's room and the boiler room, you could tell was nowhere near as big as the whole building. There must have been plenty other space for more basement down there. It was probably only less than half the size of the club itself.
Okay. Well, I remember it was we had to go around the back, so it was on kind of the right side of the building.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be just trying doors, but she, the entire time, having been through what she's been through, she's just muttering under her breath, like, "Okay, blonde ponytail man, you better be giving me some directions, because if you don't give me guidance, then I'm leaving."
There is something very strange that you notice as you head down the stairs and you're sort of talking to yourself, or hopefully not to yourself, but it feels like you're talking to yourself. As you are walking past these window panes, there are stained glass windows on either side, quite lovely. Again, spared no expense to the renovation of this golf club. You pass one, and you almost do a double take, because when you pass it, you look out, and your eyes are drawn to it because it's as if light is coming through. And you look out with a stained glass window, and it's daylight outside. And you can see the front of the building, you can see your car and another car, and the other abandoned car in the front gates, and it's as if the sun is shining. But you've already passed two windows back there. So, and it was dark.
Okay.
Do you keep going forward?
She's gonna spare a second to keep looking out the window, see if there's any changes. I think she's also just a little bit in shock, and then she's gonna continue on and maybe start calling out and see if she gets a response.
You call it, like, you stare, and there's nothing. You don't see any movement. Things look exactly as you left them. The gate is still hanging a little open. You were the first one through it. All of that. It's just bright day outside. And you take a slow step down the stairs and past this one window to the next window. And the next window is dark. And you look out, and you squint your eyes, and you see the cars, you see the gate, and it's exactly as it should be. And you take another step, and what do you call out? Help?
Hello?
Hello? Okay. And you don't see anything different, anything move at first. How loud are you being?
A little bit above, like, speaking volume.
Copy. All right. You guys don't get a listen roll for that yet. But it is nighttime.
Yeah.
Past this window. And you can see far enough that 2 more windows down, there's light coming through again.
I'm gonna go look through those, and I'm also gonna see if, like, is it a different time of year?
You pass by kind of slowly, almost like you're in the weirdest art gallery you've ever seen. Like you're like trying to find something, find some sort of, what is it? And you come to this next one where it is bright daylight outside. And it was evening when you arrived, so it's hard to tell, but you felt ice on the ground when it's December. You felt ice on the ground when you arrived. You felt crunch of leaves. And you look out, and there are leaves on the ground. There's the grass seems to be, have that little telltale, like, whitish, frosty surface on it. It doesn't look at all different. It's just daytime. Just a very strange phenomena.
Okay. Nothing I can do about that. She's just gonna keep wandering.
Keep going.
Yeah, trying not to pay too much attention to that because it unsettles her, and there's nothing she can do about it.
You come back and around, and you are at the bottom of the stairs a little bit. As you continue further, you find on your right side, you can tell is the front door of this clubhouse. There's another hallway that continues deeper inside.
Yeah, I think she would do that. I don't think she wants to leave the house just yet in case she's ended up somewhere that she doesn't want to be.
Okay.
So she wants to make sure her friends are here before she steps out into whatever's out there.
Sure. You turn away from the front door, and you look down what seems to be a longish hallway, maybe about 25 feet long. And there is one single door. There's windows along the side, and then there is one door at the end. You are passing some light switches. Are you turning them on?
Some of them. I think she would. She would try and figure out where they are.
Okay. Good to know. You are staring down this long wooden hallway. You keep going?
She's gonna pause at the hallway, kind of look out into the space where the front door is, and she's gonna stomp and go, "All right, blonde man, if there's something you need me to see, you'd better be guiding me now, because I haven't heard from you in a second. You're very bad at communicating. You need to work on that."
You feel kind of silly as you stomp on the ground and you speak, then you say this to no one, and you start walking away from the hall, like down the hall. And as you do, stomp.
Where did it come from?
Behind you. Exactly almost where you were standing.
Turn around and look.
There's nothing there.
Oh, you think you're so funny, stomping back at me. Give me 2 stomps if I should continue down this direction, and 1 stomp if I should stay still.
There's a pause. Sump.
Okay, keep going. All right. God.
And then another sump.
Okay, God. You are so insistent. All right, she's gonna keep going.
Yep.
Once is enough.
You push forward and you arrive at what seems to be just a simple hall. There's another door on the opposite side, which is hanging a little open, and you can look to be. Here's the weird thing: you look through it into the door, the room beyond you. It looks to be like the golf shop.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that because in that moment, when everything was flashing by you,
mm-hmm.
you find your eyes catch in the darkness golf bags.
Mm.
And you reminded, you kind of shake your head a little bit. And it starts to make sense. I don't know if maybe that's overstating it, but it looks familiar. But to your left is the longer hall that seems to run the distance of the entire clubhouse.
Uh-huh.
It goes all the way to the end. And you see two doors on either side, and you can see long enough that at the far end there is another door at the far end on the left side. But also halfway down there is a door on either side.
Too many doors in this place. Good God. She's gonna try and remember when she was catapulted through the house, what direction she had been going. If she has been here before, perhaps she can trace her steps back, even though she was going through the floor and through the walls.
I think that's an intelligence roll.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense. Which, I'm relatively intelligent.
Yes, you are.
I've got an 80. Thank you. I've got an 80.
She a smart lady.
That's a 3!
Whoa!
A straight up 3!
Okay.
God bless. Oh my
now
God.
that you're on the ground floor, and with the windows you're able to tell, and with that memory of just being thrown through walls and floors, you're able to place it, you think, the boiler room, and actually where you are right now,
mm-hmm.
directly below you is the gardener's supply room that you walked into.
Mm-hmm. At this point, have I heard the gunshots?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for the yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll time this. Yes. Yeah, we will say as you are looking into that golf shop and you're like, oh, that's that. You are startled once again, but not by a stomp this time.
Uh-huh.
You hear below you a crack of a rifle. And then just after that, 3 quick shots directly below you.
Do I? Probably not, but do I hear that static again at all?
No.
Okay. She's just gonna start booking it down the hall. Trying to find her way back to the boiler room as
Are you
fast
just kind of
as
like
she can.
pushing doors open, or because there's one on either side and the halfway down, and then there's a far one which seems to be
she's looking in every room, trying to sort of take stock of what is here.
Yeah,
and
you're
if
quickly
anything,
able to tell on either side is a changing rooms. Identical, probably men's and women's changing rooms. Men on the right, women on the left. You push, but you don't see anything really of that much interest. So you keep going, and you reach all the end of the far. There's a window at the far end of the hallway, and a door just slightly off to the left. You push open that door, and you see a stairwell down.
Okay, going down.
Yep. You make this stairwell down, and as you make this descent, that cold returns. As you are making your way down, your breath starts puffing out in front of you, again as when you first arrived. And the air is frigid, and the wooden steps get a little slippery.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I'm going to have you make a dexterity check.
Okay, that's very fair. 66 over 43.
Okay.
More injuries.
You are not able to catch yourself, and as you're in your haste, you are running, and your foot hits a patch of ice, and you fall on your butt on the stairs. You take 1 point of physical damage. And boom, 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 boom.
Oh, great. I was going to try and stealth, but...
Diarmuid, Eden, and Charlotte, you hear a boom, 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 boom.
Ow!
On the other end of this door. On the other end of the door opposite from where you were standing.
Oh my gosh. I take out my switchblade.
Yeah. Diarmuid draws his firearm and looks at Eden. And points it towards the door. You want to back me up here?
Of course. Picks up the rifle. I think Eden's going to start to inch forward towards the door.
Do you cry out in pain, Lorelei?
Oh, yeah, she absolutely does.
You're
Put back my switchblade.
Hold on now.
You hear
Hold
a very
on
quiet,
now.
my ass.
Oh, all right, that's her.
Yeah.
That's definitely her.
I will race forward towards the door and open it, like swing it open.
She's just
Holster
sitting on the
my
floor,
automatic.
looking pathetic. And she...
Lorelei.
What you all see, because this is your first time in this room, is a large main storage area in the basement. It's a big room, but you are sort of catty corner, the far corners of the room, as you see the familiar form of Eden come through this door, and you are at the bottom of the stairs, clutching your backside, as she's sort of sitting in a heap at the bottom of the stairs.
How bad does my arm look?
Not too bad, but it pierced the skin, and there are 4, not 5, 4 claw marks, like sharp cuts in the flesh of your arm, but not super deep. But you are bleeding. On your arm, so you all would be able to see on the top, on the the left side of her blouse. Lorelei looks quite the worse for wear, but there is your friend at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh my
Miss
god.
Lorelei, are you okay?
I heard gunshots. Are you all right?
Yes. Charlotte, please go to the car.
No, I am not going to the car.
If you could, and I'm going to go over towards. I'm sick. I'm tired. I'm going to go towards Lorelei. This will be far easier if I can just carry you out. You seem
Yes,
injured.
please. I'm very hurt.
Just immediately picks you up.
Oh my god, you're very
Diarmuid
strong.
takes the key, takes the note, and picks up the canvas and his jacket. And if Charlotte, well, he reaches his hand out to Charlotte, as if like you could hold her. He's offering your hand to walk out the door, basically.
Yeah, I'm at a crossroads because you're holding a severed thing, but I take your hand.
Yeah, I'm definitely keeping it like the thing away
only
from you.
because, and you will hear Charlotte kind of say these things out loud to her thoughts of if that if that leg comes to life, that is not my fault. That is your fault. That is not my fault.
I'm sorry, leg?
There's a leg. We have a leg. It is a leg of a beast, a monster.
All right, we're leaving now. We're leaving.
Is it silver?
Strange.
Is it silver?
Yes. It didn't
That's
seem
what
to.
grabbed me.
I think they are doing
the
this while we're
coagulation of
walking.
the blood
Yeah,
is
we're,
fascinating
fully,
because I don't think that it
The
really
two
flooded.
yapping and the two getting
One moment.
Absolutely.
Eden, you are able to, as you're rushing across this storage room to grab your friend, you do see a series of rooms, 2 more rooms past what you see, 2 other ones that you came out of a third, but to your right as you walk through, you do see 2 more doors. You also see boxes, crates, canvas bags. You probably see golf supplies, kitchen utensils, pots and pans, a lot of stuff down here. Supplies for turning this into a living, working golf club at some point. Yeah, but again, there is thick frost on the ground. Yes, what were you going to say?
I think that as she's carrying Lorelei out, I think she's going to turn around and shut the door behind her, but I want to leave my handkerchief in the door in case someone comes through here, if that makes sense.
As the exterior exit, or no? Yes. I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, in this room, I want to mark it almost. We need to come back and explore this and see what's happening here, but we need to do it in the daytime. And I want to, now that we know that there are people, there might be things wandering around here, putting this in the door frame just as she shuts it allows it so if someone else opens the door, it will fall to the ground. There is guaranteed no way they'll be able to get it exactly the same way.
I love low-tech trickery.
Oh yeah, we love it.
I just want to be very clear. You're putting it on the door to the outside, or you're putting on the door to the storage room?
I'll do door to the outside, actually. I'll do door to the outside.
This exterior security door. Okay, so you have Lorelei, damsel in distress style.
Okay. And then I put the handkerchief in, and then I flip you back, and I'm like, sorry.
I'm a little bruised. Be careful with me, please.
Smart move, Eden.
Diarmuid, you are keeping a close eye on your friend Charlotte as the four of you sort of pull this door closed, but leaving this kerchief in between. Are you so it's not so much you're trying to stop the door locking mechanism.
Right, not at all. It's just a little marker. Yeah, look at the little marker.
I love that so much. As you're able to do so, and you pull this closed, and you're able to do that. And Diarmuid, you're watching and you're like, really smart. Nice. And then you all hear, halt!
Blonde
Who is that?
Blonde man!
And Lorelei cries out, blonde man. Charlotte, your eyes go towards, there is an unfamiliar form standing there, holding a rifle. Who is that?
Ooh. I'm one of the groundskeepers.
Oh, wait. Are you Peter
trespassing.
Craig?
Identify yourself.
Peter Craig?
How do you know my name?
I was right. Hello. We're, I can't remember her name. Mrs. Bennett? We're investigators. We're here to find out what happened to the man who went missing here.
Are you the folks that said we're coming from the States?
Yes, I'm so sorry. We got sidetracked and then I fell down a bunch of stairs and cut my arm on a coat rack.
You were due at the house hours ago.
I know, I'm so sorry. We thought we saw someone in the house.
Roll a persuade roll.
Okay, I figured.
Can I help at all by claiming that I'm the groundskeeper? Any sort of recognition, I'm here?
Absolutely. I would say so. In terms of you're able to, in this moment, identify. You do see when she kind of calls out this name, you do kind of identify. It's this guy's not a police.
Yeah.
He's just a groundskeeper.
Yeah.
Diarmuid, by the way, and Charlotte, probably while you're standing here having this moment, you look up and you do notice the lights are on in a few rooms. And you probably get the sense that and the gunshots might have alerted some folks.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Also, just a reminder that Eden is still covered in kerosene.
Yes, exactly.
And now it's on me.
And that's hard to hide
We're
because it
all
stinks.
a little covered in kerosene right now.
At
just
this
to
point,
say
we
that.
are.
All up in my wound. Oh,
Yeah.
what a good burn.
I'm sorry. You have a blouse. It's fine.
I have a ripped up blouse.
Oops.
Yes. Rachel, no, you have, yes, you have, so I will give you a bonus for the help from Eden.
Okay.
We already used the one from Idaho. Yes, we used that earlier. We had one from Idaho Judd that you used.
It's either a 22 or a 12 under 50.
Ooh, that's a hard success. Easy, for sure.
The tiny dice are being so nice to me tonight.
You have this moment as he just is listening to you, and he's just like, I mean, why would you come here? It's fine. No, please come back to the house. We've been waiting for you.
I'm so sorry, Peter. We did not mean to. You know, silly, frivolous thoughts and things.
We're American. Does that help?
They're American.
We're very American.
I look at.
I'm American.
She's the only American.
That's also the most American thing I could have done. Actually,
It is in
we're
fact the most
American.
Quite American of you there. Yeah.
We're very in character. I love it.
And you're all sort of like this exasperated groundskeeper who has taken you at your word. You all seem to check out, though he doesn't know why you went about it this way. He's just like, it's crew adults right over there. Did you drive here? I saw you caught. And he's just kind of eating. He's walking away with you, kind of like falling into that easy patter of groundskeepers. Lorelei, as you're starting to follow them, walking away.
Oh no, I'm still being carried fully.
Yes, in fact.
Oh, okay.
Definitely carried.
I would not be
carried.
put down right now.
You are walking alongside Uppies. Eden is carrying you and walking past the several windows of the ground floor. And as you do so, you see something strange. A handprint in one of the windows, fogging over, and it's slowly dispersing.
She puts her hand up just towards it, just trying to be like, I'm coming back for you. And then she retracts it, and she's trying to like hide her injury against Eden so that the groundskeeper doesn't see it.
Diarmuid and Charlotte, if you'd like to roll a spot hidden to see if you notice this.
Would love that.
On a simple success.
Okay, this is banishment dice.
Dice jail.
Dice jail. I do not succeed.
Okay.
That was 100.
Oh, I rolled a 98. So yeah, it was bad. It was real bad.
Straight up fumble on a spot hidden.
Walking away.
Literally, you are. Diarmuid, you are carrying. You are also now realizing that you are carrying the leg of whatever this thing was, and you are now in mixed company to say, and you're not even quite sure what to do that, but your mind is too much on that, and you almost trip as your shoulder hits something you can't see.
Are you okay?
I don't know what that was.
Charlotte, you know exactly what that was.
I whisper, it is the hidden wall.
Right.
Yes.
And Lorelei, you whisper your little promise as your hand touches the glass. And the five of you head back towards the front of the clubhouse, back towards your car. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh my
One man, no!
Let's go home.
Let's go home.
Oh man.
I love this. You guys are really good at this.
This is so funny because we so fucked up the timeline for the first episode by going just right. Sorry, it's the second one of the episode.
You're doing, oh
And credits.
Got it. Roll credits.
So thoroughly Scooby-Dooed
wow.
this whole timeline in the first episode, and then in the second episode, we just straight up take a chunk off of this monster.
Yeah. It's gonna come back.
The thing that I'll just say this, the thing that I don't know where it's gonna go or how it's gonna happen is I didn't expect you to walk away with a leg.
No, I mean,
I was.
No,
left
you
it there,
don't really
so
want
we're
that
like,
for us, to be
You
clear.
rolled so well and did so much damage that I'm like, yeah.
Thematically, I was like, we either don't take it, come back again, and it's gone, or someone
take
has
it.
to grab it.
Honestly.
Someone has to grab it.
Yeah.
we have a doctor in our midst,
Yeah.
and we have two very educated people.
A
So we're
doctor
gonna figure
is
some stuff out.
Terrified of that leg.
Well, but that's why we
is a
can
doctor,
separate the limb from its blood, and she can
Oh,
take a
I would look at
that.
blood all day.
I
I was
will
looking up blood
hold your
diseases
hand
and
through the whole
plasma.
thing.
Blood
I
is
will
mostly
hold
water.
your hand.
We're gonna take some of that flesh and burn it. We're gonna take some of that flesh and put it in acid. We're gonna take some of that flesh and freeze it. Like we're gonna try some
Experiment
stuff.
time, baby.
As you are seeing a glimpse of what you're going to get in the short rest.
yeah.
I think we're about to record a wild short rest after this episode.
Oh my god.
But at the end of every episode, we like to read off the names of our certain higher level patrons in a style of their choosing. We love you, patreon.com/thedungeonrun. Support the show. This is what makes this show happen. This is so great. You guys got the list I sent you before we started?
Yes.
Look at little Maple.
Now
There
it's
she
Maple
is.
time.
We're sorry, baby girl. We're sorry.
Maple.
Oh my goodness. We're going to start with Team Force of Shadow tonight. And to Partos, Brandon, which do you like to go by, buddy? Gave us a wonderful suggestion that I think is just far too apt. Team Force of Shadow, we would like to read in the style of finding a cursed ancient tome, and you're all reading the opening message.
Oh, that's fun.
Too real? Too real?
Yeah.
You're gonna. Who's gonna open it first?
Not it. Nose goes.
I'm it.
You're
I want
it?
to do it.
Nose goes.
I want to do it.
Okay.
I want to do it.
Right now?
I think I'm nuts.
I think is it bound in human skin?
Oh, don't touch
I think I'm
it.
nuts. That's wild.
Why is it sweating?
That's why it's called the Black Kakari.
Right.
It's the Black Kakari.
I don't like
Don't say it 3 times.
You're too excited about this.
Yeah.
Abracadabra. Open the first page.
Oh, he froze. His soul is gone.
Oh my gosh.
It's been pulled through the gateway, guy.
Who's next? Who's next?
Who's took a Lincoln break from reality just now?
No, we have to finish reading it, otherwise his cell will be lost to the fail waffle to the end of time.
Oh,
Breathe,
gosh.
Ron, breathe.
All right, here. All right, it's my turn. Page 2.
Your
Your Latin is so
slowing
bad.
down. Oh, he's frozen.
Oh my god, they're both frozen. They're
Oh,
both
no.
frozen. Okay.
It's because you can't speak
They're gonna turn into
Latin.
gateway guys.
Oh my god. Horrible. I hate it. I hate this. Okay. Let me go down the list. There's only one name that has not been said on this list, and
And
I
we'll have
hope...
to say it at the same time.
Yeah.
You will all say it at the same time.
Okay. Hopefully
Yeah.
I'll read it first. Ready?
2,
2,
3.
Fail waffle.
Ugh.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I think I Lincoln break all over myself.
Oh my
I think
god.
it's time to burn this book.
Burn it. Burn it, bury it, salt it.
What is this? Oh, it's by Stephanie Meyer.
That explains it. That explains
Listen,
it.
I understand.
Not fired a Twilight fan. Don't make the Twilight fans angry at us, please.
man.
We can't take that. Oh,
sorry.
wow. Thank you, Team Force of Shadow.
I caught Heather watching the first part of the last of those films, and we had a stern talking.
Oh, what?
I'm kidding. I'm of course kidding.
Listen here.
Angry that she was having too much fun without you.
Yeah, exactly. See why?
You have an impressionable young human in that house.
Oh man, don't even get me on that. Don't even get me on that.
I was gonna say, you let Heather comfort herself however she needs.
No, of course.
Oh, thank you, Team Force of Shadow. And for Team Force of Light, we have a suggestion from Idaho Judd. This is a little different, but probably fast. Sportscasters calling a horse race.
In the lead, we begin with our lead horse, Fenderil, who is
And
a
we're
crowd
off.
favorite.
And we're off. Fenderil routing the bend as the Ghostbusters quick response unit quickly is running in behind.
Oh yeah, Festa for life preservers going close behind that one.
Festive Life Preserver, of course, the favorite horse in today's race.
Dual Mask standing to the side, absolutely off the racetrack, just eating grass now for some reason.
That rider for Dual Mask has been unbearably loquacious. We couldn't get him to stop talking leading up to the race, but he seems to be really, well, he's not doing very well tonight.
And the
Are you
jockey
poor?
for
Get your next rich moment with Just Jules here, available online.
We're all
That's
trying
right.
to talk over each other very quickly, but the jockey for Festive Life Preserver, that's Angel Devilson. That's right, Angel Devilson has fallen off the horse now and is being tackled by the others. Oh, wait, no.
It looks
Nope,
like
they're
our
all
city
right.
racing girl is descended from her horse to try to save life.
Oh, that's you love that.
I've never seen this before in
you
all
love
horse
to see
racing.
that sportsmanship. City racing girl Angel Devilson standing amidst the racing horses, trying not to get trampled, but trying to help each other out. Isn't that lovely? That's what
Do you
we
have
love
a
to
horrible
see.
cough? Try Brava.
We need some new advertisers.
This announcer is out of the-
This has
out of
been
the
the Dungeon Speed Run, the 75th edition of the Dungeon Speed Run. Thank you all for watching. No, I don't even know who's won. They've all stopped.
No, they've all stopped. Everything looks like it's at a stop. The Ghostbuster Quick Response Unit has arrived to the scene.
But if you look at the finish line, the smallest horse without a rider, Just Jules, is
Oh, that's our
standing
sponsor's
there
horse.
alone on the other side of the finish line. Wow. Okay.
That's
Why buy
relatable.
one mask when you can buy two here at Duo Mask?
That has
Someone
been
burn that recording.
that is Team Force of Light, one of our more chaotic lately, which makes sense. Oh man, that was beautiful tonight. I enjoyed that very much, and as I said, we're about to record a short rest, so I will save a lot for that. But I think something Eden said we can all take in times like this, which is it's okay to be scared as long as we're scared together.
Yeah.
Very
love you.
Story.
We love you, friends. We will be back next week. That's right. We're not making you wait another month for this. Not making me wait another month because I can barely sustain it.
Yeah.
Although I
I'll
gotta
be here.
say, Morgan, that month did you well because there were some moments in there that were just mwah. So
thanks.
well done.
Oh,
sir.
yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
You guys stop it. And you guys are amazing. I'm very lucky. But with that, friends, we will see you soon. Catch you next week. Humankind, be both.
Be both.
Be both.
Go see One of Them Days. I'm in the #1 movie in America.
Wild.
Go see it. What is it?
So funny.
Mwah. Bye, friends.